Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my creative time with Emma. Sorry, this is a day late. If those of you who are on my Facebook page, I have lots going on in my personal life right now. So those of you who are on there, you know what I'm talking about. So this is a day late. I'm not doing my guest designer Saturday this week. I'm going to go ahead and continue with that next week. Hopefully y'all have a better week next week. So anyways, I'm doing my Friday tip of the day on a Saturday, and I'm also having the winner of the Peachy Keen, the little cornies face assortment. So you probably want to go to my blog at www.creativetimeforme.com to see if you're the lucky winner for that. Okay, but for today I am showing you, I call it my 1, 2, 3 cards. Okay, super simple cards where you don't have to do much layering, not much at all. Okay, so I'm going to show you 2 cards I made, just really super plain. Okay, this one here, all I did was got a black piece of cardstock. You know, let me see what color. And you don't always have to do A2 size cards, just so you'll know. Just make them big enough where you can know they could fit in your standard size envelopes. So this is 7 by 4.5. So it's 7 across. So I went ahead and I scored it. I believe it's at 3.5. So this way it's a perfect cute size little card. And all I did was I used this stamp set, Happy Mail stamp set, as well as the embossed envelope die, which coordinates with that, and it is sold separately. All I did from the stamp set, I went ahead and first of all I cut out, using my Cuttlebug, cut out my die, stamped the little envelope right there onto it, and then I went ahead and stamped Missing You Across the Miles, and I put signed, sealed, and delivered. Then on the inside it says sealed with a kiss. All of this is in my Happy Mail stamp set. Okay, so that's basically what I did. It was just one white layer, this, and just a stamp. I mean, when you go to some kind, you know, I remember when I used to go to the higher end card shops when I used to live in the Bay Area. I think this was called Papyrus. You see a lot of plain cards like that, and I just think they're super sweet. Okay, this next one's my favorite. This one I actually used one of my super cute sets here called Home Sewn, and I went ahead and I used a thanks so much. Okay, super simple. All I did was just stamp that, outlined it with my black ink, and then I just these are brads. These are Doodlebug Design Ink boutique brads, and they're called Nifty Notions Assortment. You could I can't remember where I got this from, to be honest with you, but if you Google that, you could probably find it. I think they have it at 2peasinabucket.com. I'm pretty sure you could find it there. I think that's where I got it, actually. 2 peas in a bucket. If not, just Google it. The Doodlebug, the boutique brads, and their Nifty Notions assortment. Okay, aren't they super duper cute? Wow. They are brads, but what I did was I used my little tiny wire cutters, and I cut off the little, you know, the little prongs, I guess what you call it, because I didn't want anything to go through the card. And all I did was I hot glued them down right there. Super duper simple. Okay, so that's basically that one. Now I'm actually going to show you a super simple card made with a piece of pattern paper, my new favorite. This is Lime Twist by My Mind's Eye. I'm pretty sure it's been out already. This is my first time getting it. I picked it up at Scrapbook Steals because they had a sale on it. So I'm going to use this pretty polka dot. Now if you turn around on the inside, all you have to do is just get a white little piece of cardstock and put it on there, attach it on the inside, so this way you could write something on there, because obviously you cannot write on the stripes. So what we are going to do, a couple of people were asking me about stamping, how to kind of make it simpler. I remember I was taught a long time ago when I actually went to a Stampin' Up! Party. They were saying that you need to stamp on a hard surface to get a crisp image. But I don't know, it worked for me for a little bit, but then when I really got into stamping, I learned that if you use something with a cushy background, like I use my mouse pad, if you use something with the cushy background, it'll make it a crisp image on here, okay? And the best result you could actually get from Stampy is make sure you have a pretty decent pad, okay, an ink pad. So I already scored it. Now this card is, let me tell you the measurements. It's 3.5 by 10, and I just went ahead and just scored it at 5. So it's 3.5 by 5, like the size of a picture, a standard size picture. Okay, and then so what you want to do is just score it. And like I said, for your best results, like I use 2 different kinds of inks. I use the archival ink by Ranger. I use paper tray ink, black ink, and I also use let's see, what's the other? The Memento for when I do use my Copic markers. But for today, we are going to use this, okay? And we are going to ink. All I'm going to do is a simple black. I'm not going to do any color, just black. I think this will look cute. And if you have like a stamp that's all, like this is kind of like a little grungy heart, so it's not going to be a perfect heart. What you want to do is treat it like a background stamp. That's what I did. Just treat it like a background stamp, because all of my background stamps, I basically put my block down, and then I just go ahead and just ink it up like so. And then just make sure you have it fully covered perfectly, and make sure your ink pad is not dry, because if it's dry, it's not going to be a nice image. Just make sure it's a little juicy. So whenever I buy ink, I always invest in the refills, because it's worth it. I'm not sure if archival ink has refills, to be honest with you, but God knows I have tons of refills for my paper tray ink. Now, but I do have, if I don't get refills, I get a few, what do you call it, stamp pads, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and just stamp this right up here in the center, just like so. Okay, and then when you press down on it just a little bit, and then it'll come up just beautifully. Isn't that pretty? Like I said, it's not a perfect heart. This is kind of like a little grungy heart going on. So we're going to stamp that right there, and then we are going to go ahead. Let me grab my ink pad. Now with my sentiments that I use, I just go ahead and just leave the pad just like so, and then just kind of go like this, because it doesn't really take much, for it to get perfect here. So this one is going to be, I'm just going to stamp this one. It's not going to be perfectly centered, but I'll put it right below. Be mine. How beautiful is that? Isn't that perfect? Be mine. Okay, so now that I have that stamped up there, all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my ruler. Let me just grab this big one here. I'm just going to grab my ruler here and just kind of just make sure there's no little messed up edges. Because some of my rulers I used to use my X-Acto knife on, and it would like kind of ruin your edges. Just make sure it's like a little smooth edge. And then what you want to do is just kind of let me open it up there. Instead of doing an alternative to, like an alternate to stitching, you could go ahead and just do a straight line like I did on my card. So I'm just going to use, I love my little American Craft precision markers, and I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of make a straight line here. And if it's a little crooked, it's quite alright. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and just do like so. And you could do the same thing. If you're nervous about your stitching, use a ruler. I'm so used to doing my stitching, I don't use a ruler, but you can. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, and then, let me just kind of make that a little bit upper there. Okay, and then you want to do the same thing up at the top. And this is just to make a super simple card, because you know why? You don't have to always add a bunch of stuff to your cards. If you're in a hurry, you can make a quick card and make it look just as pretty, just with stamping only. Okay, let me try my best here to make that straight, and then do that side. See, it's looking pretty already. And then we're going to do this side here. There we go. See how pretty is that? Doesn't that look really, really sweet? I think this came out really super duper cute. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of do this. I like to make it a little tight crease there so it can look pretty. Isn't that beautiful? Be mine. So I think this came out really super duper cute. Super simple stamp tip of the day. You can make a 1, 2, 3 card. See, now this is just a 1, 2 card. You just have your paper and your ink. And this one is my little, I call it the 1, 2, 3 card because I have my paper, my embellishment, and my stamping. Isn't that perfect? So these are my super simple cards for you today. And if you notice that beautiful stamp I use, Be Mine, keep your eyes out for next week, everybody, because we are starting our awesome sneak peeks on Monday. And it'll be Monday through Thursday, and we will be doing our stamp release blog hop at midnight. So look for that Friday morning early. So stamps will be available for purchase Friday early midnight. And also this little super duper beautiful grungy looking heart will be available for free. I figured this is just a little something for all of you to show you my appreciation. This is to kick off the new year. I am going to be offering this free for the first 100 customers. So if you're part of the first 100 customers, placing your order that Friday morning, you will be getting this, okay? So keep a lookout on this. Isn't this super duper beautiful? I love it. And like I said, it is a grungy looking heart, so like don't email me say, hey, there's something wrong with the stamp, because there really isn't. It's just that's the way the stamp I designed. So anyways, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Where's my other little card? My super duper cute cards today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to check my blog to see if you were the lucky winner of the Peachy Keen stamp set. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you back here on Monday for some awesome sneak peeks. I'll have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.